Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Bucket List Mom. My name is Elizabeth, and today we are adding up everything I'm spending on the carnivore diet. So I just did my grocery order and I set out all the foods that are pretty much mine for the week, and I'm adding up exactly what I'm spending to give you kind of an idea of what the carnivore diet costs. So I think I'm spending about $100 a week on mostly my foods. So I've got a good mix here of like what I typically get in a week. I think I went a little bit overboard. I got pretty much like every kind of meat that I'm eating, and I might not necessarily get every single one of these like every week. And so I'm going to kind of talk about that and show you. But first, let's get into kind of what I bought and kind of how I'm eating. If you missed my what's in the fridge video, you might want to check that out because there's some other like things in there that I didn't get for this week that I show you that I am eating, just different brands and different like seasonings and just different things, but I didn't buy them for this week, so I didn't include them in this. And so a lot of this like I don't have to buy every week. So you can see I had mustard, it was out, so yeah, I got one. But obviously this is gonna last me a little while, so I don't necessarily have to do everything every week. But I did want to give you a good overview of what I'm eating. So basically this is it. This is the stuff that I like, and this is what's keeping me going. So let's just get into it. Right now I'm eating about 2 fried eggs every morning for breakfast, and I'm really kind of enjoying that routine. So what I have right here is a big container of eggs. Now obviously it's empty because I put the eggs in the fridge, but this is what we're getting. It's a 5 dozen eggs. So there's like 60 eggs in here, which is crazy. And I will not eat 60 eggs in a week. But we're getting about 2 of these a week, and amongst our entire family, we are going through them. This week, I just got 1 because we do have 1 left over from the other week. So I'm eating probably about, I want to say like 15 to 18 eggs, maybe like a week. You know, I'm doing 2 a day for breakfast, but sometimes I'm having hard-boiled eggs, and I'll throw those in just kind of whenever. Some days I don't eat any hard-boiled eggs at all, but I do try to get eggs in every day. So somewhere between 15 to 20 eggs a week is what I'm doing. So that's less than 2 dozen. So this big thing, if I was eating it, this would last me 2.5 weeks. And what I spent on this was $6.84 for that big old thing. So eggs for the week, if I was just doing the 20 or so, under 2 dozen, probably would cost me a couple of dollars. But we save money by getting this big one. Lately, I have been enjoying bay scallops. And they look really big in this package, but they actually, when they cook down, they're like this tiny little portion in this tiny little bowl. Like, you'll be amazed at how tiny they are. So they're not super filling. This bag is $5, and I got 2 for this week. However, my daughter might end up stealing one for one of her recipes. So I'm not sure if I'll end up getting to eat both of them, but I did include 2 of them on there because you could put these away in your belly without feeling it at all. They're kind of just something fun to change up flavors and to kind of feel like you ate something a little different or a little bit exciting. They're not like the staple or the bulk of what you're eating to like get full, but it's just nice to change things up a little bit. So $5 a piece for these. And next I have shrimp. This is just frozen shrimp. Each bag of these costs $5.66 for 1. So I bought 2 of these for this week. My daughter wanted 1. She's making fish tacos. So I may not end up being the one that eats all these, but I'll probably have 1 of them. But I have not been getting shrimp every single week, and so probably next week I won't get shrimp again. So that's just one I got for just this week. Next we have lobster tails. So I actually haven't bought these in the last week or 2. This is another thing that I am trying to do once a week though. Like every Sunday I'm trying to have 2 lobster tails just to kind of like celebrate. I made it through another week because my weeks start over on Mondays. I started on Monday, so each Monday becomes a new week. And so I just, it gives me a little something extra, you know, something exciting to look forward to. And so I've skipped the last like week or 2, but I included it on here because I am trying to do it like once a week and have one of these, but they're not like super cheap. They are $14.74 a piece, so almost 15 bucks for one meal like that. Next, I have another expensive item. So I've mentioned on a lot of my videos how I only like filet mignon, and that is true. I only like filet mignon. So, but these are kind of filling actually. I won't just have just one of these for dinner. I will combine it with something else to get full completely, but it does a good job of filling me up. So a lot of times I'll get 2 of these packs every week. I kind of skipped it for the last week or 2. Just needed a little break, needed something different than just beef. So I have added chicken back in my diet. I've been doing a lot of tuna and a lot of eggs, and some days that's all I'll eat. I would like to add more than that, but some days I haven't been feeling as hungry as I was in the beginning. I'm like full, so sometimes I'm just like, you know what, it's time to go to bed. You know, I'm not going to eat anything else. I'm just going to go to sleep. So I haven't been getting quite as much in, but this week I only got 1 filet mignon pack. So this will be 2 meals for me, 2 dinners, and I do try to have them in the evening. And it was $13.36 for this pack, and so some weeks I get 2 of them. This week I got 1 of them. I think I already had 1 in the fridge. So, and then a lot of times I get a beef roast, and this is actually for my kids, one of their recipes. So I actually don't think I'll be eating this week. If I get this, then I typically don't make chicken in the crock pot. Whatever I make, either chicken or beef in a big crock pot, in a big like tub I store in my fridge, you know, I can eat a little bit of that, you know, throughout each day, and it lasts me like the whole week. So I don't typically need to make both items in the crock pot, or it just sits in there and kind of rots, and I think I have some in there that's doing that right now. But this is kind of an example of what I get. I'll get like a beef roast, I'll put it in the crock pot, I'll put you know, some water in there to keep it nice and moist. You can mix it with broth. I've showed you in some of my other videos the kind of broth that I'm really liking, the bone broth. And with all your good seasonings, whatever you want to put in there. I do like a lot of chili powder and different things. Creole seasoning is good. And so it makes some nice like ready-made meals. However, I haven't been doing this one as much. I've been kind of tired of beef lately. If you've been watching along with my weekly update videos, I felt like I might have been reacting a little bit to the chicken. And so for a while, I took out a lot of chicken and I put a lot of beef in. And right now I'm kind of feeling tired of the beef. So I probably won't eat all of this week. If I ate all of this food, like all the quantities that I ended up buying, I would be like stuffed. So then I have ground turkey, and so this is actually 3 pounds, and I only bought 2 pounds. And a lot of times I'll buy them in this roll, and I'll just buy 2 or 3 1-pound rolls. And this week I only bought 2 pounds, but because they didn't have the smaller version, they subbed out my order for something bigger. So I ended up with 3 pounds of ground turkey, and there is no way I'll eat all of these. But a lot of days I do throw in about 3 really thin, probably smaller than what most people think of, because I like mine cooked way overcooked and way down, shrunk up and shriveled up and hard because the texture freaks me out. So I'll have like 3 turkey burgers a lot of times. Usually they're taking the place of the filet mignons right now, but I'll throw them in kind of with my meal. They are pretty filling. They're doing really good for me. I haven't done as much hamburger meat, which is why I don't have hamburger meat here. We do have hamburger meat that's in the fridge. My husband does a lot of hamburger meat, so 1 big 5-pound roll of hamburger meat is about $15 or so for the week, and that will keep him going the whole week. And sometimes we may get a little bit of extra if my kids are having some hamburger meat for different things. But yeah, I'm liking the ground turkey for me personally right now a lot more than I'm liking hamburger meat. So that's what I'm doing. And then of course I have my bag of chicken. So sometimes I'll get like the 10-pound bag of chicken because it's a little bit cheaper, and I have a lot of people eating food. So obviously I'm not the only one eating this chicken. I get the 5-pound one this week. I didn't need the 10-pound one, but there's no way I'm eating this whole 5 pounds. This is a ton. But I will put like 7 or 8 chicken breasts in the crock pot about once a week with my Frank's hot sauce. Boom. And I'll make my little chicken recipe, which I'm going to have coming up in a video when I show you kind of what I'm eating. I'm going to make some recipes with you. It's super, super simple, you guys. I'm not doing anything like super complicated. It's such an easy way to eat. And look at, I mean, this is all I have to put away for my groceries. Now, of course, my kids had a lot of other groceries for the week, but this is just my stuff that I'm dealing with, that I'm getting out. It's easy to find in the fridge. So 5-pound bag, I'll probably eat 7 or 8 of that. but that'll probably last me next week too. I probably will not have to get all of this stuff next week. So the 5-pound bag of chicken cost me $9.76. The beef roast cost me $11.38, and the ground turkey only cost me $5.96. $5.96 for this. It's kind of crazy. Now, I think this is like $9 worth of meat, $9 or $10 if they hadn't subbed out my order for something bigger. So I may not always get quite that lucky, but one thing I've been treating myself to is this cold brew coffee. I just found this like last week, and so I got really attached to it. It's not sweetened, it's just cold brew coffee, and I have been putting a little bit of heavy cream in here, just a teeny tiny bit, to see, you know, what would happen, and it has not seemed to affect my weight loss. My weight is going down, which is awesome. And so I've been really enjoying this. These are $4.58 a piece, and I got 2 for myself this week, which will make about like 4 cups, 4 different times of me drinking it. So I won't have it every single day, but I didn't need to like overstock my fridge on this kind of item. It's just a little something special to make me feel like I can do this. Another thing I'm liking and cannot live without right now is the tuna. So I'm just getting cans of tuna. I get like about 2 of these, and that literally lasts me the whole week. Sometimes if I'm gonna eat some of this other stuff like chicken for lunch or something, then I won't do this for lunch and I'll make it maybe only through one of these, but I got 2 of these this week. I've really been liking this. I put this in a bowl. I might do about 2 of these at a time depending on how hungry I am. If I really just want a light snack, I'll do 1, and I put it in with a scoop of mayo, 1 or 2 scoops of mayo, and a little bit of hot sauce, and I'll eat it with these pork rinds over here. So I got 2 bags of these pork rinds for this week. I share these with family members too who eat them, so I don't know if I'll eat 2 full bags, but I do eat them every day with my tuna. It's kind of like dipping a chip. So the pork rinds cost $1.48 a piece, and I got 2 of them. And the cans of tuna like this in a 4-pack cost $2.64 a piece, and I got 2 of those. Then I did some of my condiments. We can have mustard, and so, you know, I got 2 of these, but like they're $1 a piece, so I spent $2 on that. I got a big one of these, and so I spent $1.84 on that, so that's like kind of negligible. I do get Frank's hot sauce. I like the buffalo kind. I got 2 of these this week because they're the smaller container. You can get a bigger container. I spent $2.36 a piece on these, and so I get these though because I put them in my chicken recipe. So I put them with my chicken in the crock pot. I also can drizzle this on a lot of different stuff, but it's the chicken that I'm really liking it with. When I make my tuna though, I use a different kind of hot sauce. It's kind of like a black hot sauce, and I showed it in my what's in my fridge video. I don't have it here. I think we're out. Here's the kind of mayo that I'm using. There's different brands of this. There's some that say keto mayo on there. You can have that too, but this is just mayo with avocado oil. It's a Primal Kitchen, so it's kind of like a keto mayo, and we're having that. It's got good stuff in there. I don't think it has anything illegal that we can't have, but it really is helping me. It helps me be able to like eat the tuna. It makes me feel a little bit more normal to have something I kind of recognize. And the only thing is that we go through a lot of this in our house because I'll put like 2 scoops with my tuna every single day, and the jar is small, but these cost almost $8 a piece, $7.96, and I bought 2 of them for this week, and I share them with my husband, so hopefully that will last us for the week. Sometimes we have to go out and get like a 3rd one because we're really liking those, but I'm just kind of gauging the scale. You know, if the weight keeps coming down, then, you know, I afford myself that. And so I'm constantly checking and constantly kind of troubleshooting to make sure that the weight is still coming off, and right now it is, which is so awesome. So I'm cool with that. Then I got butters. I kind of like this kind of butter. We get a lot of different kinds depending on what store we go to, but these are from Walmart. I get the salted kind because it's yummy, but I put butter in like everything. I put butter in my coffee. I put it on all my meat. I salt all of my meat, and so I'm having a lot of butter. I don't like meat with a lot of fat on it, so I don't get the fatty cuts of meat, and so I need to make sure I'm getting in enough fats and oils and things like that, so I'm eating a lot of butter. So I bought 3 of these this week, even though I have 2 represented right here, but I spent $2.84 a piece on these, and so I probably will go through 3 butters all by myself during the week. We get a lot of them. We had some in there already, so that's why I bought just 3, but yeah, butter is one of the things we're like constantly running back out for. Okay, and that leaves my fun stuff right here. Boom, ahas. So you can get any kind of carbonated, unsweetened water, basically. I try LaCroix, but they're a little bit more like carbonated and bubbly than I like. I've really been liking the ahas, and so I just get different kinds of flavors every week. So I've got here like lime and watermelon, which is so good. I think probably my favorite is this other one. It's blueberry pomegranate right here. And I got 3 of these cases. So how many comes in here? I think 8 comes in here. I got 3 of them and I spent $3.38 a piece on each case. So they're a little bit more expensive than the LaCroix, and I do have at least 1 of these a day. Sometimes I have up to 3 a day, but I don't do that every day. So sometimes it's just 1 or 2, but I do have at least 1 every day because they're so fun. They just make things feel more fun. I'll put a little stevia in there. I'll put my little stainless steel straw, and I feel like I'm having, like, I don't know. It just feels special, you know? And so, however, my kids like to steal these, and so I've had to, like, really make it a point that, like, you have to ask mom before you have these. Don't you dare take the last, like, cold one out of the fridge without checking with me. But I do share a lot of these, so I may not have, like, all 3, you know, cases, but we are going through all of these every week. We have to have at least 3 because there's other people who are eating it as well. Okay, and last but not least, probably the most important thing is these little liquid stevias. You can get any brand, but I'm getting the Walmart brand. We get at least 3 of these every week, but we had a bunch in there. So I just bought 2 for this week. These are $3 a piece, and I cannot live without these. Like, if we literally don't have them in the house, like, it's a trip to Walmart to run out. If we run out, because I put them in this, I put them in my coffee. I mean, you can put them in anything, but, like, I have to have this. Like, I have a sweet tooth, and the only way I'm getting through these cravings and not feeling like I'm not gonna make it on this diet is by having a little bit of stevia. And I mean, it's only like a couple drops. It's only like a couple squirts. You do not have to have, like, a ton of this, but because I use it so often, we do go through this, like, a lot. So that's literally all I'm buying and all I'm eating every week, you guys, and this is a lot of food. It's way more food than you probably would even suspect. When you're on the carnivore diet, you start to get full easier. I am not nearly as hungry as I was when I started, and sometimes I'm really amazed and surprised by just how I'm not hungry. And if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. It's as simple as that. So some days I feel like, gosh, did I eat enough? And if I didn't feel hungry, then I'm not going to force myself. So I'm kind of going off of that, and I think I'm doing okay. It feels very natural and normal at this stage where I'm almost 3 months in. Okay, so for the big reveal. So we have 6 people living in this house right now, and our family spends about $1,200 a month on food, which I know probably sounds astronomical to those of you who are like, what? But with a big family, you do. We're used to that amount, and that's kind of what we do. We spend about $300 a week on food amongst all of us, and that's because we eat almost 100% of our meals at home. We're really not eating out very much. We're not running out. That's all planned meals, everybody eating everything at home. So that is a pretty normal price, and I am contributing, I thought, about $100 to that, and I think that is about accurate. All this food you see here for this week cost me $148.42. And so I was like, whoa, that's kind of a lot. Am I really spending that every week? I don't think so. Then I went back through my list and I thought about, okay, what will last me for a second week? What will I probably not get in this next week? And what will I get that I might need to kind of replace? And I came up with $73 for next week's stuff. Because, you know, like these, the ahas, I'll have to replace those. You know, eggs, I'll have to get more eggs. Mayo, I'll definitely have to get more mayo. Chicken, I probably won't have to get any more of that next week. Ground turkey, not gonna need that next week. I'll probably get some more of these, but I'm not gonna get more beef because that's gonna last me next week too. So that cuts down on my bill quite a bit. So when I averaged out $148 plus $73, I come to about $111.16. And so right around the $100 mark, I think is about what I'm spending. Then I decided to add up what my husband's doing, because my husband doesn't eat like this. He doesn't eat during the day. He's doing intermittent fasting because he doesn't want to take all his food to his work with him and worry about it. He's out during the day, he's working, so he's focusing on that. So what he does when he comes home is he'll have a big bowl of eggs. He eats a ton of eggs, so he'll make up like 5 scrambled eggs at a time or something, or he'll have a lot of hard-boiled eggs as well. And he'll scramble them up with maybe like a pound of hamburger meat. So he does keep a lot of pounds of hamburger meat in there, but 1 5-pound roll is probably enough for him for the week, plus all the eggs that we're buying. And then he does his stuff a little bit differently. He likes steak, so almost all he's eating is entirely steak. So I have one of his things right here that he gets, and so this is not me. I could not eat like this, but conveniently he set his stuff out on a counter to thaw for the day. He goes and buys this at Fry's for bulk, and he gets really good savings and prices and stuff. So instead of $22 with your Fry's card, he's paid $11 for this. And so he'll eat like 3 big steaks a day. I mean, that's a lot. that's a lot of meat. He'll come home and have all of that at one time. So this truly could be like 2 full meals for him. And so when you think about that, like that's only about 3 of these a week. That's only $33 to be like the bulk of his food. And then let's say for argument's sake, he is eating like a full 60 eggs a week, which I don't even think he's eating that. He's probably eating half that. He's probably eating about 30. So that would have been like $3 for eggs. But let's just say for argument's sake, $6 for this container of eggs plus his 33. So now he's probably around $40, right? He's not having any chicken. He doesn't eat the tuna. He doesn't eat the shrimp. He doesn't eat the lobster that I eat. He's just eating the hamburger meat, the steak, and the eggs. So $40 plus his like hamburger meat for about 15. And then with some of the things here and there, he'll have the pork rinds. He might have one of these occasionally. He's not even doing these cold brew coffees. He's just not doing much. But he is eating the mayo. So I averaged him probably somewhere in between $65 to $75, and that's his normal every week kind of thing. I feel like I have to have like some extra stuff because I'm home all day and like I am not intermittent fasting. I'm eating throughout the day, and so I need some things that like are a little bit more fun. I need the condiments, I need the things. But yeah, he just comes home, he'll make his eggs and steak together, eat those while his other steak cooks, and then, you know, an hour or two later he eats his 3 big steaks, and that's what he eats for the day. And that's like it. It's, you know, it's super easy. And he does eat the butter too. He has butter, he makes beef tallow, he has that. And so that's a lot of what he's eating, but his price is definitely less than my price. So you can do it for very affordable. I mean, $65 a week for food is pretty low, especially if you're not eating out. You're not getting coffees out. It really does become pretty gosh darn affordable that way. All right, I think that's about it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you. It's definitely an affordable way to live depending on how you want to do it. And really, it's just about making the diet your own and doing what you can stand. And I don't know, so far it's working. So I've been pleasantly surprised by all of this, and it's well worth the investment in my health to spend $100 a week on food for myself if that's what I need to do. So I'm okay with it. It's going well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I start to sail along these ocean waves. Nobody knows how to find us. It's turning out to be a perfect day. I just wanna leave our normal lives behind us. So let's get lost out here